Hi everybody, welcome very much to the stream. Ezo is here, and today we are going to cast the round of 8 of the elimination bracket of the Silver League. Thank you very much for being here. Your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, and a whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility as well. So let's get ready. Remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're watching on YouTube. And remember to follow the stream and subscribe to the channel if you're watching on Twitch as well. You can find information about the tournament, about the organizers, EGCTV, and about the Elite Classic 3, the main event of this tournament of Age of Empires 4. You can find all that information in the links down below if you're watching the live stream on YouTube. And let's go. We're going to get started with a very interesting setup, a matchup. Myriad versus Eliona. Right? The UI spawn flipped, so I had to change it. Let's get started. Thank you for watching. Let's get down immediately. The first match of the day. Let's go. Welcome everybody. We are here to cast the Silver League round of 8 single elimination bracket. These players are fighting to advance through the ranks on the tournament until they reach, obviously, the grand final. In the color blue, we have Myriad playing as Jeanne d'Arc. In the color red, we have Eliona playing as the Ottomans, already bringing Stone back home, and we are playing, or we are casting, on Sacred Grove, which is a very nice map. I've been enjoying it a lot. The games tend to be a bit more straightforward. Professional Scout is a bit more difficult, because two of the deer packs are straight up into the middle of the map, but also using Spearman, I think Eliona will drive his Spearman here and then bring the deer back home, because it's relatively simple. It's not like super far away, also not super close, but it's still very doable into a big advantage if you are able to pull that off. Eliona got some stone like we saw, mining camp on the gold now, 8 on food, here 7 on food, and only 2 on gold. Oh yeah, because we start with 1 less villager. No. Oh, never mind. There was 8 on food over there, and there was only 1 on the gold there, so they have the same villager count. In terms of sheep, not a lot of sheep being carried at the moment, but I suspect some sheep were already delivered into the base of these players. Let's talk about this matchup, Ottomans versus Jeanne d'Arc. Of course, Ottomans will have those free spearmen, and then they can produce the spearmen slightly faster around their blacksmith. But I think it's still a tough matchup for them. I still think with professional scouts and knights mobility, and just feudal age fighting pure advantage with the Royal Knights, and JD helping out, I think it's a very tough, not very tough, but tough matchup for the Ottomans. where it will take some good defensive plays and some good counter raiding with Sipahi, perhaps, to do some good damage. Eldiona getting a lot of sheep, though. They can give a huge advantage to our Ottoman player here today. School of Cavalry being brought up by one villager and Jeanne d'Arc herself. Okay, a good amount of sheep here for Myriad. I think he'll be content with some professional scouting. Eldiona not going to push the deer with the spearman. Will be aggressive instead of economist. Going straight to the gold, arriving a bit late at 3 minutes. Still not enough gold for knights or professional scouts for Myriad, so the spearman might still be having value by perturbing that gold mine over there. Here, Twin Meret Madrasa is a choice for Eldiona, already dedicating a lot of villagers to wood. This could indicate some upgrades like wheelbarrow or an immediate transition to a barracks, for example, to have more spearmen coming through, because he'll need to protect himself for that first night, and just one spearman can't do it. And I'm pretty sure Eldiona wants to invest into more spearmen to go then deny and delay professional scouts strategy from Myriad. The spearman keeps doing its job, being annoying. Myriad moved more villagers to gold, it's now up to 4. Still, that villager is half HP. I was about to say not heavy damage villagers here. But Myriad moves it to the back of the formation. So the spearman targets another villager now with more HP. Good plan. Myriad, albeit housed, needs to build a house very quickly. He's building it now with JD. Gives a bit of extra HP. XP, I mean, and JD builds faster as well. Oh, that villager is really, really low. Oh, Myriad decides to fight. And villager goes alive. The spearman is the one going down. JD gets the +8 experience, and that's a psychological win for Eldiona, for Myriad as well. Age up is here for both players though. Myriad can now go for professional scouts. There is the mill over there. Professional scouts for JD only costs 195 gold. It's already in research. Eldiona is making more spearmen. Do we have a barracks? No, it's just military school, which is free, but the income is rather slow. That's the first visit. No, that's a transformation of JD, Hunter, or Men at Arms. Women at Arms, I mean, melee Jeanne d'Arc. I think it's nowadays the most common and used version of Jeanne d'Arc evolution in the feudal age. A stable comes in as well for Eldiona. So this could be Sipahi for raiding, would be a method to boost the spearman attack speed. We have now 8 villagers on wood for Eldiona, double broadaxe coming in and wheelbarrow. So that could mean after those upgrades come through, a heavy investment into archers and barracks. Because you're gonna need the spearman, you can't go Keshik archer. Maybe Eldiona only goes Keshik spearman. Myriad with double stable, so not even an archer ranger available. But that's a lot of villagers on wood, 6 villagers. And remember, eco upgrades are cheaper for Myriad, so he could go for a double broadaxe real quickly as well. Back here, JD and the knight pushing the scout of Eldiona away. And the scout of Myriad will start carrying the deer back home. Super strong economical advantage. There we go, the barracks for Eldiona. Blacksmith is here as well. First vizier point from the military ecosystem of the Ottomans. The choice was Anatolian Hills, 10 sheep, and +15 gathering rate for Eldiona right now. More scouts arriving at the deer location. Also taking deer from the front line, or the front of the base. Spearman and Keshiks arrive. And that's why Myriad started gathering deer from the closest deer. Still here, he attracts the attention of the enemy, but then here, he's safe to bring some deer back home. So Spearman Sipahi, still no archers for Myriad. JD still not taking a lot of damage. One of the knights went down. Eldiona with the great value over there. Look at the destroyed value. Eldiona ahead by like 400. Actually, no, but almost. Oh, JD running away. It's kind of going slowly. It's going down. JD will go down. Oh no. God save her. The knight charges into the scout. Not great. Holy Wrath comes through. Second knight arrives. Can it defend Jeanne d'Arc? Jeanne d'Arc running away. Myriad does not have enough gold to pay Jeanne d'Arc back. The Sipahi are faster. The heal. No, it was consecration just before she died. Hopefully she was able to apply the economical bonus. The grace of God. Yes, Royal Knights only cost 105 food now instead of 140. That really helps, but what will beat those spearmen? Myriad in a very tough situation, in a pickle, but actually he's cleaning the spearmen. They were low HP. JD went down but did a lot of good damage and the Knights can clear now. That's actually a good work. Ooh, that Knight is taking a lot of damage. The Sipahi will be able to finish it. Myriad runs away, but Eldiona also runs away, doesn't want to lose his very last horsey, at least on the front line. Now actually 2 horses over there. Scouts could pivot to that other veer back to the left, to the west side of Myriad's base. 6 spearmen and 4 Sipahi, that's a scary army. Myriad finally going into some archers, but Eldiona already with 5 Sipahi. Myriad will have troubles against that army. A Mether comes in as well. Only 1 military school. Is it producing Methers? No, it's producing spearmen. Mether is coming in from the stable. Double barracks to really overwhelm those knights. Maybe to go and perturb the scouts somewhere else. Sipahi's charge. They must focus the scouts. But with the knights around, it's very difficult to do so. Archers starting shooting at the spearmen. Spearmen cannot close their distance, and the scouts will bring food safely back to the town center of Myriad. It's actually great value for our Jeanne d'Arc player of today. Let's check those income per minute. +1 range defense for Eldiona, because he wants to resist under those archers. Only 4 archers at the moment. Sipahi get 1 scout, that's very good. Sipahi must jump on the archers. The spearmen need to be protected. Eldiona focusing on killing more scouts. Myriad only to 3. Only down to 3, I mean. If that one goes down, only 2 scouts. So that means that bringing Deer back home will be way slower. Almost second Vizier point available for Eldiona. Myriad not buying JD back. Wait, he did? Or it came back? Okay. I just noticed it wasn't there. I think he actually bought it back. Here she goes. 6 knights and 7 archers. Actually, Eldiona lost a couple of spearmen, and Myriad is already up to 7 archers with only 1 archer range at constant production magic. And I think Myriad is now building a good, solid army, even though he has less units. I think he could take a good fight right now. Maybe not +1 range attack, so the spearmen will take a long time to die, because they have +1 range defense. Another stable, a second military school, that's the power of the Ottomans. Coming in online, very smart play from Eldiona. Tower on the gold. Eldiona playing defensively. Maybe thinking about Castle Age? He wants to get that advantage. Myriad is pushing through, the knights arrive, they clash, no! They retreat! Those Sipahi are too dangerous because the spearmen are backing them up, not enough archers, and archers could be surrounded by the Sipahi. That's a Vizier point for Eldiona, and he got the 3rd military school in Feudal Age, the 4th in Castle, and the 5th in Imperial Age, so extra military school per age. Now just one in general, right? Not per age, that will mean +2 in Castle and +2 in Imperial. But just +1. Yeah, Eldiona is definitely thinking about Castle Age. Myriad, on the other hand, is investing heavily. Let's see what he sees of the map. He will miss the Sipahi going through. There is a scout, but it's in this side of the formation, not on that one. So, not shining vision over there. The Sipahi went back, though. Because there was a scout for Eldiona. He sees the army, the tower gives vision, villagers on the gold, spearmen ready to defend. This could be a huge pickup from Myriad. He charges through. He immediately switches into the Sipahi, and the archers come in with a good flank, if we can call it that, into the spearmen, sniping some of them, JD getting some XP, the tower will go down, and now Eldiona was so close to the Castle Age, will not be able to age up in terms of gold. He could sell some food. He needs to defend first. Villagers idled, doing damage on the tower. JD with an insane heal. Archers still alive. Only 8 spearmen. That's 40 knights over here. I think Myriad could overwhelm Leona in this situation. Nice Archer micro, sniping the Spearman. Only 5 left. But the production from Leona is really strong. Myriad needs to keep the pressure. The problem for Leona will be food. We have berries over there, we have Minarete, we have the age up. Here we go. Mehmed Imperial Armor, he was at the market. I don't see a market. Good attack from Myriad. He now needs to age up himself or triple down in feudal aggression. Still only 1 archery range. Only 2 stables. Second archery range coming in. And it's kind of okay. Leona could go crossbows, but Myriad as archers. Leona could go lancers. And if he gets like 6 or 7, it could be a problem, but nah. Myriad has 16 lancers. They can unites himself. He can do a lot of good damage. Spearman count up to 11 from Leona. But veteran Spearman and veteran Sipahi might make the difference here. Myriad decides to push as soon as Leona edged up. He knows these timings. He wants to punish our Ottoman player. Gold villagers must go inside the tower. Not a lot of gold. Not enough for the upgrades. That's the key. Leona will be fighting with a feudal age army. It doesn't matter if he's castle age or not. No blacksmith advantage. No age advantage. No veterancy. I mean, there is age, but no veterancy. Nice charge into the Sipahi. Take huge damage. Some of the knights go down. JDs are the target, but did a lot of damage into the Spearman. Villagers repairing the tower. They want that to continue damage. Archers keeping up the Spearman. They're focusing down on JD. JD needs to go to safety. The knights are killing the Sipahi, but this seems like it's not enough. Myriad not able to finish all the Spearmen. 7 remaining on the battlefield. JD still alive. Holy Wrath is available. The tower will greatly help the defense of Leona. A Lancer is in place, but I don't think there are enough Spearmen. JD can evolve. That's the key point. Now she summons the Jan's champions. They counter Spearman, and with the better, not better, but the better numbers exactly from Royal Knights, the Sipahi and the few Lancers cannot keep up because those units will do insane damage, and GD is still alive. That was a very good fight for Myriad. He should go raid maybe to the berries over there or keep the pressure for the gold, in the gold for no upgrades. No Spearman upgrade because Leona used some of the gold to make a Lancer. So now he needs to accumulate even more gold to get that Spearman upgrade. There's only 6 Spearmen left. We have 14 archers in total. The heal from John Dark comes in clutch. Nice Holy Wrath. Great tanking from the John's champions. The knights are doing so much good damage. Leona losing all the units here on the front line. But this could be a key for the defense. 8 Janissaries doing plus 12 versus cavalry, so 28 total damage, but the problem is they take more damage from archers, and Myriad has a good amount of archers. Plus 5 versus light gunpowder unit, which is the Janissaries. But Myriad chooses to retreat. He's very close to the castle age. He keeps investing though. He wants to find some damage. He goes look with archers. This could be a problem if the cavalry of the enemy catches up these archers. Myriad will have nothing to counter the Janissaries. Knights healing with chivalry. Good play from Myriad. Another military school, another military school. Leona is starting to scale his military, economical, industry complex. Janissaries. Nice, Myriad dodges that with the horses. Archers now shooting back at the Janissaries. They're getting those knockouts very quickly, while the Knights not taking a lot of damage. This could be the last fight, and it is. JD goes down. But I think the archers should be able to defeat here the crossbows and the Janissaries. Manganiel also goes down. And that's it. I think that's good game. Great play from Myriad. Pushed in the castle age. Only now Leona was getting the veteran Spearman upgrade. He was never able to do it because Myriad kept pushing the gold. And now it's time to get some villagers. 4 villager kills already for Leona. For Myriad, I mean. And the damage keeps going. Myriad skips Castle Age. He wants to finish the game now. He keeps investing his resources. Knights and archers coming through. Insane damage. Only 3 spearman and one crossbow available for Eliona, and one lancer. JD returns to the battlefield, and with her, more Holy Wrath and more healing, Myriad moves to the board to keep the pump going. It's real, it's real. Jandar keeps pushing. Where is she? The army needs the heals and the holy inspiration. Also remember that Myriad has cheaper units because of consecration. Two cheaper units from the stable, a third stable already in play. With the board, Myriad will just continuously pumping non-stop a great amount of knights. We don't have... Yeah, we have Janissary Company, so no Advanced Academy, so no Lancers available out of the military school. And then now looks for the food. Insane migration here. Myriad doesn't think has vision. No. Wait, maybe he saw something. He sees it. He chooses not to dive. Not a lot of archers here on the front line, only 10. Myriad denies himself Castlage once again. He doubles down. Berries are here. Myriad could deny all the food from Eliona. 17 archers, 18 archers, but not on the front line. Only 14 here. But the 14 Royal Knights as well, plus John Dark, are here to do the damage. Eliona cannot stand against this very powerful army from Myriad, I believe. Myriad stays fighting under the tower. Archers picking up the crossbows and the Janissaries. That's exactly what Myriad needs. Knights provide a good front line. Great healing from John Dark. We need some Holy Wraths. There is a Mangonel on the back line. Huge shot on the archers. JD now into the crossbows, attracting damage. More knights arriving. Archers sniping the crossbows. Holy Wrath doing insane damage. Villagers going down as well. 6 villager lead and cheaper units for Myriad as well. Nice free units, yes, but it was not enough here because no units left for Eliona. Villagers now under pressure as well. Archer numbers very low here for Myriad on the front line, but in total there are 18. We need more archers present here to deal with the crossbows. They're actually peeling very well those knights. Knights are going down, but they have so many villagers. 12 villager lead now for Myriad. Plus board, plus cheaper units. 3 stables with consecration. No, this stable is not rally pointed. There is some... Oh, more villagers here discovered from Myriad. It's an economical massacre. Genocide, war crime. You shall not attack civilians during war times, but here it does not matter. It must be done for the holy cause. Farm transition from Eliona, it's not looking good. 31 to 9 is the military advantage of Myriad. 15 villager lead as well. And the tower is going down. A tiny crossbow platoon tries a defense here with some springles. I think Myriad has this one in the hand. And they're not just waiting, thinking about the next matchup and the next game. By the way, this is a best of 5. And this is game number 1. If you're watching on YouTube, use the links down below to check more about this tournament. And if you're watching on Twitch, type in the chat tec3 and type in the chat !SilverLeague as well. More damage, 26 villager kill, almost a 30 villager difference. Myriad keeps investing into this feudal age. A great bombard gets summoned from the vizier point, but it doesn't matter. Heal from JD, Holy Wrath's coming through as well soon enough. JD is going down though, Man-at-Arms to tank, but it doesn't matter. All the siege goes down, villagers go down as well. Crossbows, speedmen, archers, Man-at-Arms, it's over. Myriad takes game number 1. Great feudal age timing from the JD player. Thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe to YouTube. Follow the stream on Twitch and subscribe as well. I see you on the next game. There we go. Intense. I loved it. Let's go game number 2, game number 2. Let me just check some settings here real quick, guys. Alright, guys, I'm back. I was just checking the audio ratios for my voice and the gameplay. Let's drink some water and keep going. Remember to drink your water, guys. Very, very important. Actually, I need to do just one sec here real quick as well. Let's go. Hi everybody, welcome very much to the Silver League playoffs. It's the round of 8 single elimination bracket. We are on a best of 5 and this is game 2. And we are here today witnessing Myriad leading the series 1-0, playing in the color red as the Knights Templar. In the color blue, trying to catch up and tie the series in the second game, it's Eliona playing as the Chinese. And we are playing in good old Dry Arabia. Eliona with the Chinese, perfect for the strategy of professional scouts. No Imperial Age, no Imperial Official, opening, no Village opening as well. Straight to the gold. Myriad playing in one of the most recent civilizations added in the DLC Knights of Cross and Roses. It's the Knights Templar, which don't need lumber camps to gather wood, and they also gather food when they gather wood, and they already gather wood faster. Dark Age Barracks opener for Myriad, driving the spearmen forwards into the gold of Eliona. No Imperial Official means Eliona will not be able to collect taxes, so if he gets denied of gold, if he cannot mine gold, he cannot age up. 40 gold necessary, 30 gold necessary, 20 gold necessary. Okay, he's gonna be able to age up, but he's not going to be able to buy an Imperial Official, because even though they get cheaper in the Imperial Academy, it's still not enough. Wait, he bought an Imperial Official right now. Smart play from Eliona to make sure he can get the gold, and then he doesn't need to buy it later on. Now he can age up anyway. Barbican of the Sun to deny the tower rush from Myriad. 4 spearmen, 1 villager, a tower to deny the gold, and the Barbican of the Sun instead of Imperial Academy. That's also the flexibility awarded by buying that Imperial Official earlier on. That will deny the tower, fortunately, I think, Chinese villagers build faster, and yes, Myriad cancels. He knows he's not a good play, but over there, it's the flexibility of the tower rush. Because your enemy might be able to defend one angle, but the tower can always attack from other angles. That delays the play from Myriad, and also buys more idle time, or causes more idle time, I mean, because the villager will not go back home immediately, and the villager actually doesn't need to go back home. The villager can just gather wood here, and since the villager does not need a lumber camp, he doesn't need to go back home if there is no lumber camp. So he could just stay here, gathering some wood. Eldiona going hammocks on the wood. He wants an archery range, perhaps a barracks of his own, to upgrade his archers, walls coming in to avoid any more shenanigans. And Myriad moves to the deer. Power move. Plus the extra food that comes from wood. Actually, only one villager on wood. Yeah, he's trying to age up now as fast as possible. On the other side, the Barbican. So that means no extra tax right now, because no Imperial Academy and no extra Imperial officials. Also, Eldiona had to sacrifice one villager to make that Imperial official. He makes a second Imperial official, so 2 villagers sacrificed. But the thing is, against Knight Templars, it's kind of okay, because when they age up, they do it on the town center. So it takes 1 minute. So that means you lose 3 villagers when you age up, and then when you get the Pilgrim technology, you lose half a villager. So when you get to the second and the first, it'll be 20 seconds, you lose an extra villager. And if you think about it, the Imperial officials are technically better villagers or different, but they're still economical units. They still contribute heavily to the Chinese economy, so it's not really a loss, you know? Okay, Myriad was successful in denying the gold. Oh wait, he's going for another tower, because Myriad advanced to another gold, built his own tower, but he's not in range of the other tower. We need a supervision here right now. Myriad, Eldiona is seeing this, right? Totally. Of course, the tower is there. He will supervise the archer. Does he have enough time to kill the villager? The villager is right there. The archer keeps shooting. We can see the villager. Age up now for Myriad. I think the villager went down now. The spearmen are on top of the villagers. The villager is going down. It gets killed by the archers of Eldiona. Successful defense. Myriad was not able to keep his villagers safe and the tower up. Nice move from Eldiona, actually moving to the next goal where the enemy tower cannot reach. Instead of being forced to kill the tower. Yes, he invested 50 there and 100 there, but it's still, I think it's in terms of timing as well, in tempo, it's better than dealing directly with the tower. We have a Pilgrim. 130 gold will be generating on the farthest sacred side. And I need some water, guys. Wait a sec. The wolf chasing that Pilgrim. That's not doing enough. Pilgrim will be safe. Eldiona clicked Professional Scouts. He's looking for it. He wants that tech. Chevalier Confrère. So Myriad choose the Kingdom of France, giving 15% production speed bonus on military units and 5% gold discount. And the ability to produce Chevalier Confrère. Nice, that deer pack was really close to the base. Actually, it wasn't, but Eldiona expanded his base with Barbican and Tower. So he can gather the deer, bring it back home. Myriad pushing through with more and more units, archers and Chevalier. Eldiona will need something to counter the archers. His own archers with supervision, maybe? Eldiona killing the enemy tower that was dropped earlier. Imperial Academy, so that means Song Dynasty. So Eldiona will be able to produce villagers in 15 seconds instead of 20 seconds. Does he have enough food for that? Aha, nice play from Myriad. But Eldiona responds already with his own archers, killing the spearmen, perturbing the professional scouts, bringing his own scouts, now bringing Deer back home. That's a lot of Chevalier, 9 already. Stone Dynasty gets activated. Let's check the income per minute. Wheelbarrow coming in from Myriad is driving around with his Chevalier Confrère. Confrère. Correct me if I'm wrong in that pronunciation. Nice protection from Myriad. 2 stables, now 2 archery ranges, Blacksmith already in play. Eluna only now getting +1 attack from the archers. The situation of professional scouting looks a bit rough for Eluna. It will be difficult to access that deer pack now because of all the Chevalier and archers roaming around. That other deer pack is extremely far away. Second Pilgrim already available for Myriad, so 260 gold right there on those 2 units. That's huge value. And this deer also now being defended, patrolled by Myriad, and only 2 carcasses left. I think Elduna might be running out of food soon. Especially he's now going Song Dynasty, almost 10 villagers ahead, but still a lot of mouths to feed when it comes to villagers and military. And no gold. He's now going to gold. He could go Castle Age soon, make some Nest of Bees, but he needs the gold. Burial Official supervising the archery range, making those archers in 6 seconds. 10 Zugnus, 6 archers, and 3 archers. That's not enough. Myriad has 10 more, 12 more, to be precise, military units. And it's now going to take +1 melee damage as well for the Chevalier. And the Chevalier deny the needed food for Eliona. He will get it once again. Hurricane providing some cover. Not a lot of deer available there. That deer pack inaccessible. It's not looking good for Eliona. Eliona will run out of food soon. Even if he goes Castle Age, I think it will be difficult to profit from it. That's a nice engagement from Myriad, doing insane charge damage with the Chevalier into the Zugunu tower, helping out, dishing some damage. Zugunu come out of the village, great build from Eliona. He gets in through the front, gets out through the back, making it almost impossible for the Chevalier to reach that group of Zugunu, shooting in the town center. A lot of kills coming in from Eliona, but Myriad also killed 6 villagers. Is now very close. Still 5 villagers behind, but it was a 9 villager lead that transformed into 10 villager lead, and now it's 5. So it got reduced by half, which is really good, and Eliona is struggling. I mean, he's not struggling now, but only 2 berry bushes available and like 4 deer carcasses. He's making Spearman and Zugunu, which are cheap on food, and move forward with the board could be the salvation of Eliona. No scout for Myriad available to check that. Archers in the back line. Eliona also wants to go Castle Age, but Myriad is the one going, because he got 2 deer packs and he could totally move to the board over there. I think Myriad knows about his own board. Yeah, he knows. And Republic of Genoa means that pilgrims will generate more gold, 30% more gold, and Myriad will have access to the Genoa's crossbow, which is a stronger crossbow. But Eliona finally also able to edge up to the Castle Age with Astronomical Clock Tower, being rushed by 17 villagers that build faster, by the way. And I think Eliona really wants a Nest of Bees. Almost has necessary resources for it, but then now you will need to upgrade the Spearmen and the Archers. But wait, he has no front line. This could be very dangerous. Siege engineering for Myriad as well. Zugnus on the back line. can start shooting down the archers. Myriad runs away. He wants to get the upgrades and then engage. Myriad leading the series 1-0. Elena wants to tie it right here, right now. He's upgrading the Zugunu. He's doing Zugunu only, but he does not have enough Zugunu to keep this rolling. Changing into Palace Guards, already upgraded. Zugunu on the backtrack, being slapped by the archers. +2 range attack coming in from Myriad. Still not in for Eliona. Oh, the Chevalier with the Castle Age upgrade looking amazing. The Spearman not doing a good job as a front line for Eliona. Archers on the back line, splitting the front line. Eliona now being chased away. The Zugunu being eaten alive by the Chevalier. That's a very, very nice engagement for Myriad. I think he gets one hand on the win here, even though he's 11 villagers behind. Although now with more food per minute and more gold per minute, with supervision maybe he can still come back up though. But the food is on the berries. And Myriad is now going for rams. Okay, it's cheaper for the Knights Templars as well. 150 wood instead of 200. And they get wood faster and more efficiently, so there's like a hidden discount in there. Myriad presses into the base of Eliona. Ram tries to kill the tower. I think the Ram will not be stopped. The Chevalier tanking the Lancers from Eliona. Archers picking up villagers and picking up the low HP Lancers. Another tower going down. Chevalier Confrère actually doing a great job on the front line. Defeating the Lancers, defeating the Men-at-Arms, but now on the Barbican it's a bit more complicated. No Spring on the emplacement, that will do insane damage here. And enough floating gold, 1,400 gold in the bank. No relics, just an insane amount of vills on gold. And taxes from the Chinese economy. Oh, Myriad is so ahead. 33 archers and 8 Chevalier versus 8 Zugunu, 3 crossbows, 2 Palace Guards, 1 Spearman, 1 Lancer and 1 archer. And the village goes down. Luckily, Eliona doesn't have a lot of units, so he's not top capped at the moment. Ram destroyed a house and now goes for a stable as well. That will perturb the production of Myriad. Of Eliona, sorry. And Myriad going for the boar. And GG gets called actually. Eliona knows he cannot keep up and Myriad gets game number 2 out of this best of 5. He is on match point. Thank you for watching, use the links down below and I see you on game number 3. Hi everybody, welcome very much to game number 3 of a best of 5. This is the Silver League Elimination Playoffs Round of 8. In the color green, playing as the Zushi's Legacy, it's Myriad, leading the series 2-0 on a match point. Eliona on the color blue, playing as the French, trying to claw his way back into the elimination match. He needs to get 2 wins in a row and then a third win, so 3 wins in a row to win. But Myriad is looking really strong. Eliona didn't make Myriad's life easier, so I'm not expecting him to just be swept by Myriad, but we are on a professional scout matchup on Baldland, which has a little bit more deer. It's no Carmel with 3000 deer on the map. It's a little bit more than usual. I think Zushi's Legacy has a slight advantage because of the supervision and the Imperial Official. Eliona will be able to apply a stronger, earlier pressure with the Royal Knights, but then Myriad can just supervise Spearman from his barracks, and the Knights should be checked real quickly from our Zushi player. And by the way, while we wait for the second age to come through, remember to use the links down below to support the tournament organizers, EGCTV, and also to support these two players. They also stream on Twitch, Myriad in English, Eliona in French, so make sure to support them as well. It's greatly appreciated. A lot of sheep though from Eliona, that's a great advantage. Not a lot from Myriad, but once again, both civs are kind of more looking for... Actually, it's 8 sheep, it looked less. It's 9 sheep, actually. Meditation Gardens on berries, gold, and wood. Good value, it's not a crazy amount of anything, but it will help stabilize, not stabilize, but give fluidity and liquidity to the economy of Myriad. School of Cavalry and the mill, so intention revealed for professional scouts. Of course, Myriad will pretty much do the same. Zushi behind Rus, I think even ahead of Chinese and Holy Roman Empire, the second best civilization to get professional scouts. Myriad grabs, I mean, a couple more sheep and 2 more, another couple of sheep. That's nice. That will really help give longevity to the economy, because now he goes to the deer, and then when the deer runs out, he can stay a little bit on the sheep while as a farm transition or while goes for the war or something like that. Barracks are here, Spearman coming out. Myriad knows all about the French play. Knight comes out, maybe 1 or 2, sometimes 3, if the French player is really crazy, and then Scouts. But no, Eliona makes the classical 1 Knight into Scouts opening. Professional Scouts being researched by 2 players, by both of the players, I mean. Spearman on the gold, protecting the village. Oh, but... Okay, Myriad just gives up on that gold. He doesn't want to participate in that spear micro defense versus the Knights. More and more Spearman coming out. Now to check the Meditation Gardens. 35 wood per minute, 16 wood per minute, and 24 gold per minute. I think it's a bit more, but the Knight just passed and perhaps nerfed that income. I think it's 25 gold per minute, if I'm not mistaken. And the professional scouts are already working for Myriad and already working for Eliona as well. Both going for the close. Actually, no. Eliona goes for the big deer pack, which is a bit more distant from his base, while Myriad goes for the shorter distance, but only 3 deer being brought from that small pack. In the middle, he's using the Spearman to defend. Knights will not be able to intercept that. 2 archers already in queue for Eliona. Myriad will be able to secure this deer here. Yeah, he just now switched the scouts. He switched the career. Loses a scout though. Eliona still with a lot of deer available, and the Spearmen are now in place to deny the closer professional scout. The closest, I mean, professional scout place from Eliona. The other deer pack is really far away. Still doable, but it will take extra time to arrive at home and be profitable. Myriad now switching into Horseman, classic Zushi. Then he can go into Dali Horses and give 20% more attack speed to all of his cavalry, including the Knights in Castle Age, the Yuan Raiders, and the Yuan Protectors in Imperial Age as well. Maybe we're gonna see Castle Age from Myriad. Sometimes Zushi players don't really enjoy staying in village for too long, especially against Night Sieves. Or he could just double down, double stable, being supervised, and then just pumping Horseman in 9 seconds to overwhelm the Archer mass of Eluna, and then just a move with the Spearman and go into those Knights. Small engagement here in Feudal Age. Some Spearmen going down. Horseman jumping into the Archers. The Knights not killing the Horseman fast enough. So the Archer numbers are going down here very quickly. Even the Spearmen are joining the party. This is very bad for Leona. That means that Myriad now is always ahead in numbers, because Eluna just lost here 5 Archers. So now it will be very hard for him to keep close to the numbers of Myriad. So now Myriad could just invest a little bit and go Castle Age, while Eluna needs to completely reinvest. All the scouts get intercepted. The Horsemen of Myriad stop the professional scouting from Eluna. The Spearmen join the party once again. Maybe the Horsemen should jump into the Archers, they do, but the Knights react quickly. Good defense from Eluna, protecting the few Archers he has remaining in the front line. Scouts come back, and Shaolin Monastery is the choice for Myriad. He wants relics, and also Shaolin monks will resist the Archer attack, but not the Knight attack. They will go down very quickly to those French Royal Knights. 1 villager lead for Eluna, 2, because Myriad got 2 Imperial officials working for him. Let's check the income per minute. 900 food per minute. For Myriad, only 500 for Eluna, 260 wood per minute for Eluna, only 120 for Myriad, and 350 gold per minute, 400 gold per minute for Myriad, and 440 gold per minute for Eluna as well. And I think, though, that Myriad got more professional scout, got more deer under his town center, and he gets more food from the deer, and he also generates gold when dropping the deer, or when collecting the food from the deer, so extra value from the Zushi economy here. Myriad moving to all the way to the other pit mine there, not pit mine, gold mine, because he knows Myriad wants to attack the gold. No, Eluna wants to attack the gold of Myriad. Mini Horseman raid, maybe to distract Eluna and making him feel insecure at home. Lancers coming out, Spearmen coming out. Myriad needs a lot of Lancers. Eluna is not thinking about Castle Age, I think. He's doubling down, yeah. Double stable. Double stable. Only 1 archery range. Myriad stopped making Spearmen. He's doing pure Lancer. But Eluna already has 11 Royal Knights. Maybe with the double supervision, he could do it. Knights supervised, they take 14 seconds to produce. The Knights from Eluna take 29 seconds. So, it actually could be insane. Myriad could come up very, very quickly. In the Lancer numbers, I mean. The scout finds the gold from Myriad, though. Eluna is being chased away. He cannot take this fight because of the Spearman. Not enough Archers. Now the Royal French Knights cannot turn around and face the Lancers of Myriad. Okay, the reinforcements arrive. That's a lot of Royal Knights. In here we have 13 with +1 attack. Myriad with no blacksmith upgrade. Nice Spearman charge. A lot of damage into the Royal Knights. Lancers arrive in the back line. Ooh, intense fight over here. The Lancers from Myriad are being destroyed. Yeah, Myriad needs to go back. He needs more Lancers. If he gets a bit more Lancers, he'll win soon. A lot of the Knights are low HP. No Chivalry activated. The Shaolin monk trying to go sneakily grab a relic. Grab this royal charge. Nice defense from Myriad. Shaolin monk is in there too. The Royal Knights are keeping up the pressure, but Myriad gets more and more Lancers because he's on the defender advantage with Zushi supervision. Ooh, villagers? No kill. Great for Myriad. Only now bringing up the heat, he keeps it up. But Myriad has just a better economy. Still not able to grab relics though. Another moment of defense for Myriad. Lancers on the back line. It's a tough fight for Myriad though. Eluna perhaps might find a chance here, but a lot of the Knights are low HP, and a lot of the Lancers are not. And Myriad is just a crazy food income. Yeah, he still has sheep, still has deer. Could go for a boar, but that's extremely far away. Maybe that boar? He's still bringing deer back home. Chivalry coming now for Eluna. Will allow his knights to heal out of combat. Eluna looking for a different angle to attack. Myriad is ready to defend. He read that transition perfectly. He doesn't have a lot of Lancers, only 5 Lancers. I think he was struggling for gold because food is not an issue. He switched to crossbows as well. Okay, that will totally work. He's back at massing Lancers. Eluna only with 11 knights, he lost a lot of them. That's a very good fight for Myriad. The crossbows and lancers doing insane damage. Eluna still pushing in. He's trying to find the balance between Castle Age and keeping up with the pressure, because if he doesn't, Myriad will just dive him. Myriad still not grabbing any relics. He's using the Shaolin monks to tank here and allowing the crossbows to do a lot of damage. It was the perfect choice for Myriad to choose to switch into those ranged units. He loses all the Lancers, but it's over. Eluna knows it, and Myriad takes game number 3, he wins the set, and he moves to the quarterfinals. Great play for both players, make sure to support them and EGCTV. Thank you for watching, see you on the next set. Great games, y'all, great games from these two players here. Alright, I'll go to the bathroom real quick, and I'll be right back. Hi everybody, I'm back. Welcome very much to the stream. Let's continue the casting. All right, we're ready. Hi everybody, welcome very much to a casted game from the Silver League Elimination Playoffs Round of 8. This is a best of 5 and we are here for game number 1. And with us, in the color teal, playing as the Byzantines, it's Mokomi. And in the color blue, playing as red, is sort of on the... No, in the color red, playing as the Ottomans, it's sort of. And he brings some stone immediately back home. And we are here on Baldland, where we have some small deer over there, some more deer in the front line, and not a lot of wood available for our civilizations here today. The Byzantines perhaps will not care too much about it. They save a lot of wood with by going for berries early on. Then they do need to do a farm transition later on with their olive groves, but then they don't need to make a lot of archers usually. They go for either longbows or javelin throwers through the oil that they also collect from the berries. What might be hard for the Byzantines to do is defend said berries. On the other hand, Ottomans, they need sometimes to do a lot of infrastructure, but it's also cheaper for them, the military infrastructure and the blacksmith, so they save wood there. Usually they enjoy really going Sipahi and Archer, which is a heavy wood composition. So maybe the lack of wood here might be more of a problem for Sordov and the Ottomans than for Mokomi on the Byzantines. That's a lot of sheep for Mokomi, dropping now the first cistern. And I believe no player here today will go professional scouts. I think they will try to use the deer, which is a cool part about this map, is that if you want to go for a deer without professional scouts, you really need map control, because almost all the deer, except for these small deer packs, are in the middle of the map. Those ones here are a bit safer, because are behind woodline and are not like in the literal middle, but it's still hard to defend there. Here it will be a good place for a defensive position. Would get some deer, some berries, some boar, protects the relic as well. Grand Winery is the plane for Mokomi, and the play for Sorov is Sultahani Trade Network, a rarer use of the Ottomans. That shows me the intention of a fast or semi-fast castle, because that not only works as a market, also will spawn 3 traders inside that provide resources as well, just by being inside. And then you can buy more up to 10, but usually players just don't. They just use that extra income to get more gold quicker, then age up to the castle age, while having military schools, while having free units, which can allow them to defend a little bit or to harass a little bit. Second cistern from Mokomi. He was actively on the stone, not anymore. Moving to the berries, of course. It's interesting because if sort of doesn't show any units to Mokomi, Mokomi will not have like something to base his choice of contract in? Does he go for Byzantine longbows, for Byzantine javelin throwers, or for the Keshiks? Sort of now dedicating some villagers to stone. He wants more military schools, I believe. Could be a tower to defend and then get the upgrades, since he wants to perhaps go Castle Age. Barracks is the choice for Mokomi. So we're gonna see some Limitane to fend off this spearman from Sorov. Sorov not buying more traders. And they cost the normal cost, 60 wood, 60 gold. Archery range coming in as well for Sorov. So wait, there is another use for the Sotahani trade network, which is to prolongate feudal age with aggression. And you have that extra income of gold, so then you reach Castle Age first, then your enemy. Or you could just not go Castle and just have that extra income of gold help with upgrades. And by doing that, you don't dedicate so many villagers on gold, you dedicate them to wood or food to help on the military production and construction of buildings and units. Limitane defending the spearman from our Ottoman player. Sort of no upgrade for the spearman because no barracks. So it's Dark Age spearman versus Feudal Age spearman. Harden Limitane defending the gold position of Mokomi. Mokomi got a longbow contract. He really wants to deal with this spearman. And then in Castle Age, some Lunge Connect. Always fun to see in battles. If you don't pay attention to them, they can wipe a whole army real quickly. Ooh, Sorov might lose the scout here. That's a bad move. That's a bad event for Sorov, losing the vision. He immediately queues another scout. Can you do it here? No, you can't. So it's from the town center. Oh, he's willing to sacrifice a villager to keep up the vision. I mean, it's a risk. You do really need vision in Age of Empires 4. It's the most valuable resource. And since Ottomans have free units and cheaper construction buildings, you can lose a villager. It hurts less to the Ottomans than to other civilizations. Method giving that boost now to the units. It was the free method, so it gives also extra movement speed. Yeah, by 15%. It's actually great to kite with archers and raid, quote-unquote, with archers as well. Of course, the extra movement speed is great on the Sipahi for raiding. That's the perfect scenario, but you can also use archers totally. Bad rally point here from Sorov. The archers taking some damage. And that's a lot of investment into wood. 12 villagers over there. No, that is double broadaxe and wheelbarrow. No economical upgrades from Mokomi. He's still investing into cisterns. That's going to be the third one on the secondary patch. That's actually very smart, very efficient. And then he can also make the fourth one back here. Does he know? Yeah, he knows about those berries. He can do it. And I think he will. That's a new scout of Sorov getting beef with that wolf once again. The scouts from Sorov in this first game are very aggressive. Mokomi now getting the 10 total longbow right now. Plus 7 Limitane. That's a powerful army. Sorov with 8 archers, 4 spearmen, and 3 Sipahi. 4 Dark Age spearmen, by the way. Maybe Sorov will just use the Sipahi and archers as a main army and send the spearmen to do little raids to cause idle time. Oh, Sorov switching it, not sort of, Mokomi switching into horsemen very quickly, actually. He sees the scout, sort of might be baiting the army of Mokomi with his scout. No more horsemen for Mokomi, struggling for food. Method giving the extra movement speed, so great to run away. Sort of really wants to avoid fighting at the moment. Mokomi wants to apply that extra pressure, but the fight might emerge as we speak. Mokomi with the 10 longbows present, +1 ranged attack as well. Nobody's thinking about Castle Age at the moment. They both fully committed to the feudal age play. Sipahi going around, getting into the longbows, that's the right play. The horsemen do the same into the archers, but it's not enough. We have the range defense buff here from the Mether to make sure the units don't tie to the longbows. And it's a clean fight for sort of. He gets the whole army down of Mokomi. That's insane value. The Sipahi jumping into the longbows was extremely the right play. Mokomi still with a stable economy. Still getting stone, wants to go for the 4th cistern. But Mokomi has no army at the moment. It will be very difficult for him to recover. He might start this series losing. Let's see if he can recover and do that defense. Let's check the income of both players at the moment. Mokomi with more food and more gold, but less wood. Also less villagers for Mokomi. We had another vizier point. It was extra military schools for sort of. Now so Mokomi has the oil too. He's doing a olive grove transition right now. He doesn't want to go for the berries. He knows that the enemy has military advantage and he can just detach some of the Sipahi to go raid. He doesn't want to take that risk on the side of Mokomi. Sort of dives the tower with the gold. Mokomi comes into the fan. Sort of on the attack. Burns the tower. Great play from sort of. 4th cistern on the front line for Mokomi to boost the boost berries, boost wood, boost stone. All right. And boost the economy in general as well. An extra little boost. Upgrade to stone on the tower in the front line over there, protecting the olive groves, protecting the town center and the villagers. Sort of now wants to go Castle Age. That's so much the right play. He has more than double, or almost double, the military units of Mokomi. And now he just needs to age up, get upgrades, push, and win. Maybe he shouldn't fight before getting the upgrades. There was a mini raid of horsemen from the part of Mokomi into the base of Sorov. Okay, sort of keeping Mokomi busy. There you go, Castle Age is achieved. Horseman raid gets 3 villagers though. No, Mokomi sort of got 3 villagers earlier, sorry. Oh, he's sort of running out of food. He made farms. He went for berries. Yeah, he's running out of food. That's dangerous. Because he's the one applying the military pressure. He needs to keep that up. Mokomi kinda recovered the military count. 15 Limitane, 15 longbows. Mokomi trying to macro into the Castle Age. But I think he needs to invest more. Because sort of will have better units, so Mokomi needs to have more units. The Sipahi once again snacking on the longbows. Pushing back, dodging the Limitane charge. Archers on the back line. Sniping the longbows because the longbows are slow. And the method giving that movement speed boost allows the archers to just follow the retreating army and pick them one by one. Sipahi also jumping into the archer, into the longbows, did great damage. That's a lot of archers. Dealing with the spearmen of Mokomi. They're now being surrounded by horsemen and the Limitane and the longbows attacking on the back line, but it doesn't matter. The archers are doing their job. The Sipahi jump onto the longbows. They even kill some Limitane in the process. And I think this is the victorious fight for Sorov to claim game number 1. Mokomi is almost edging up though. Does he commit? I don't think it's worth it. Villagers come out to repair the tower. With Castle Age, then could be the upgrade to Mangonel Towers. Lancers helping to give more tankiness to the army. Another method arrives. And the army of Molkomi is just being destroyed. Villagers going down. 10 villager lead for Sorov. Plus 3 units. Plus Mether. And Molkomi has nowhere to go. No army to stand. And he calls it GG. Great game from these two players. First game was amazing. Use the links down below if you watch on YouTube. Use the comments on Twitch. And I see you on game number 2. Thank you for watching. Hi everybody, welcome very much to game number 2 out of a best of 5. This is the SilverLeague elimination stage, round 8, and we have in the color teal playing as the Knights Templar, it's Mokomi, and on the color red playing as the House of Lancaster is Sorov, leading the series 1-0, and we are on Sacred Grove with a good amount of deer, but always one deer pack on the front line. Actually, this spawn was a bit different. The deer packs usually spawn more like further away. Here they kinda spawn close to each other, only separated by the wood line. Thank you for watching, by the way. Remember to use the links in the description if you're watching on YouTube to support the tournament organizers EGCTV. And we have a great matchup here. The most recent added civilizations to Age of Empires 4, House of Lancaster, and the Knights Templar came into the game in the DLC, very recent, the most recent DLC, Knights of Crosses and Roses, and they are pretty cool civilizations, very fun to play with, very fun to watch, very strong on their own. House of Lancaster still causes some problems in the community because sometimes it feels very, very powerful and their mechanics are very passive and they don't appeal for a more active gameplay, but sometimes the players do different strategies where they are a bit more aggressive, and because they have a good economy that actually allows them to continue to be more aggressive and give more flexibility to their choices. Mokomi going with the Kingdom of France as the age up for the Knights Templar. Military units that produce 15% faster and cost 5% less gold. And then he'll be able to produce the Chevalier Confrère, a special unit for cavalry unit for the Knights Templar. It's going to be the Abbey of Kings for sort of. So no Lancaster Castle to protect the gold and the berries. Instead, he'll be able to not summon, the Lancaster Lords. He can build up to 4, the first one will be free, and they boost the nearby, including themselves units, HP by 5%. So in total, with 4 of them around, you can boost everybody's HP by 20%. First Pilgrim, that was a quick Pilgrim for Mokome, around 4 minutes. Generating that sweet gold, 112. Maybe the closest, safest sacred site. I like that. Oh yeah, I thought it was a second TC, but no, it's just a manner for sort of the classical play, the mechanic for sort of for House of Lancaster. Spearman, Lord of Lancaster, where are you going, Lord? Wait, where is he going? Literally, he's going for the sacred site to stop the pilgrims? Yes, it is. That actually can be a good play because Mokomi already got into his second pilgrim. But there you go, 224 gold right there for Mokomi. That's great. No professional scouts from this. Yeah, I think we're not going to see professional scouts in here as well. It's the second Lord of Lancaster, which will be patrolling the sacred site down to the west. And the only sacred site now available for Mokomi before he defends is the middle one. Ooh, Lord of Lancaster fighting there. The one villager went down. Mokomi got away with the Chevalier Confrère. You can see it on the floor right there. He might got the second villager there. Lord of Lancaster being challenged by Chevalier and archers. It goes down. Not a good start for sort of. Not at all. Spearman. And now Lord of Lancaster coming in as well. Plus 4 HP because of one of the Lord of Lancaster over there for the Spearman. It will not be enough to handle with those archers. Villager shooting at the units of Mokomi and gets down. But wait, I know Sorov killed 2, but it was pilgrims, not villagers. Because Sorov is still 2 vills ahead, now 3 vills ahead, but Mokomi doing a good job, killing a lot of villagers there. It's because of the age up mechanic and pilgrim mechanic. When you age up, you lose 3 villagers. When you build the 2 pilgrim technologies, you lose 1 villager for the 2 of them, not each time. Good army composition from Mokomi. Pilgrims go to the other side, though. 130 gold, that's the max. They can produce 260 gold for Mokomi bank account. Sort of going Spearman, Yeoman, Lord of Lancaster. Actually, Yeoman with more HP really help versus Thieves that can do a lot of archers as well. Wait, that's a villager of Mokomi. They're going for the deer right there. That's a bit risky. Sort of does not have a fast army. Mokomi is the one raiding. So Sorov will be the one stuck into his base, trying to defend. No access to gold. We have 3 manors only. Blacksmith for Sorov, but no gold for the upgrades. Lancaster stuck in the base. Because there is no Lancaster castle, the manors don't shoot the arrow slits. They just produce resources. Speaking of which, income per minute, more food for Sorov, more wood for Sorov, but more gold for Mokomi. And Mokomi is already getting the blacksmith upgrades, plus 1 range attack. That will kind of bypass the boost of HP. Also only 2 Lord of Lancasters, so not the full buff here. +7 for the humans, +9 for the spearmen. Ooh, nice mini sandwich here. Spearmen being targeted by the archers. And the Chevalier going into the yeoman. They almost attack the lords, but now they're into the ranged units again. Spearman numbers going down. But I think it's still a healthy army for Sorov. He keeps it rolling. Archer numbers now going down for Mokomi here on the front line. The extra HP is playing a role actually here for Sorov. Chevalier charge in. They take down some spearmen, but the human are killing all the archers. That's a great play from Sorov. And he wins the fight. No way, all the Chevalier went down for Mokomi. The Lord of Lancaster, paying dividends. Boosting everybody. Lumber camp upgrade. Lumber preservation. Double broadaxe, I mean. Coming through. More manners available. But still Mokomi with a good military lead in comparison, but he doesn't have the extra HP that Sorov has. 800 food, almost 900 food per minute for Mokomi. He's now not ahead on the gold anymore. He's not ahead on the wood, but he's ahead on the food. Production, double archery range, only one stable. Up to 6 Chevalier. He needs a stronger front line, I believe. +1 ranged attack. Wait, so he switched to +1 range defense before. Sort of still, no. Blacksmith upgrades. Mokomi thinking about Castle Age or just miss macroing? He's nobody on gold. But now he'll not... I know Chevalier cost gold, not much, but they do. Oh, I have to switch vision, sorry. 76 gold. Still a good amount of gold, totally. Scout goes down for Sorov, no vision. He also lost his scout in the previous game. He immediately queues a scout from the town center. Immediately. That's it. That's how you do it. Mokomi massing a great amount of archers, up to 18 with all the upgrades. Sort of now getting the blacksmith upgrades. So the fights will be even better for him in the future. Mokomi here. Into the economy of Sorov. Great raid of Mokomi, but he finds no damage. Sorov also 6 villagers ahead with passive income in the form of manors. Once Mokomi loses the scout, immediately queues his new one as well. Mokomi wants Castle Age, he really wants it. And he kinda needs it, I think. But Sorov then will be able to go castle very quickly as well afterwards. Oh, that's a big raid for Sorov. Mokomi sees it now. Sorov sees only the archers and 1 Chevalier. This could be a good opportunity for Mokomi to raid back. Now the Chevalier are coming back. Are they going to help? Actually, I don't know. Okay, there you go. Castle Age for Mokomi. Republic of Genoa. Pilgrims generate 30% more gold. And he can build the Genoa's crossbow. To snipe the Lancaster Lords? To get the HP boost away of the army of Sorov? I mean, the crossbows are very good in itself, but I think Heavy Spearman perhaps was the choice here. To resist the damage of the yeoman. Because the crossbows will be sniped. No, we're gonna see just Templar Brothers. Maybe it was just for the Pilgrim buff. Mokomi's on the deer here. Wait, he's sort of going there. No, sort of just denies more pilgrims. Mokomi has a lot of gold to work with. He's upgrading the archers. He's making Templar Brothers. They are very food heavy though. They cost 120 food, 133 gold. They cost more gold than they cost food. Uh-oh. That's awful. Sort of finds the economy of Mokomi that was on the deer. Yeomen are chasing. It doesn't look good, y'all. It does not look good. "11 villager kills, plus pilgrims, of course. It's a 15 villager lead for Sorov anyway, plus passive income from manors. 7 manors, he now has 8. He's almost at full capacity on his economy. Chevalier Confrere from Mokomi. Feudal age still, right? Yeah. They were diving into the yeomans, but they got repelled by the spearmen. 4 lords, so that's the maximum HP buff. Plus 15 for yeoman, plus 19 for spearmen, and Billman is also here, dropping the armor of the units that the spearmen hit. 1 lord goes down. Spearmen standing their ground. The human are having so much value here. Mokomi also got textiles. Does that apply to pilgrims? This is a very good fight for Mokomi. He cleans the whole army of Sorov. The human evacuate. Mokomi sees them? I don't think so. Mokomi is being harassed on the pilgrims. It was a great fight. The Templar brothers really helped out. And also the men at arms that were right there. Bro, I never seen Chevalier Hospitalier in pro play, I believe. The white tower for Sorov. That will protect 2 golds. And will spawn 3 Earl's Guards. Yeah, it's really about that resource protection. Templar Brother plus Chevalier. Going around also with the HP buff, but only plus 4. Oh, they find the age up, but it's too late. It's already done. They might die here, actually. All the cavalry. I think one Chevalier goes down. And remember that the Earl Guards can shoot knives. Not shoot, throw. Oh, was that a raid here? Oh, I think so. Sort of. Oh, Mokomi's on 29 villagers. He's going for a second TC on an exposed location. He's 25 villagers behind. That's insane. It's 17 minutes into the game. Pilgrims generating now. Wait, didn't Genoise, Genova Republic. Pilgrim generate 30% more gold, no? Okay, a lot of the human went down here for the TC of Mokomi. That was really good. Plus 2 ranged attack coming in as well. Now sort of his castle getting all the upgrades too. And Synchronized Shot will be a difference maker as well. Sort of maybe wants to drop some keeps. He's going heavily on the stone. He already has all the manors. And Imperial can get Scutage to generate gold from the manors as well. 60 food per minute and 45 wood per minute. Plus 9. Plus no, times 9. Templar brother! Survive, brother! Mokomi stopped doing those units. He's now going for men-at-arms and crossbows. Versus spearmen and yeoman. Yeah, that could work totally. Maybe men-at-arm archer? Yeah, Mokomi also wants to go for some relics. Maybe for some fortresses. To buff the pilgrim gold generation. 112. I'm sure it's an error. I'm sure because they should be providing 30% more gold. And they are not. I think just a UI error. A UI bug. Yeah, and sort of is ahead, even in the composition, I believe. 21 yeoman, 17 Spearman and 4 Earl Guards, so he's making the Earl Guard as well. Maybe it was a misclick. Versus 11 men at arms, 12 archers, and 5 crossbows. Yeah, not enough crossbows there to do a difference, I believe. For Mokomi, he needs more. He has now 7. Second TC as well for Mokomi, though. So he's recovering nicely. That will be key to the victory. Knight Templars really enjoy second TC strategies. But there is also a second town center for Sorov. So Mokomi will not keep getting closer on the economical count. The distance will be staying the same. He's grabbing relics though, Sorov as well. Grab the relic himself. Over there, here we go. There is a relic right there in the base of Mokomi. And that's a second relic for Sorov. And here, third relic for Sorov, but the Man-at-Arms is there. Will the Man-at-Arms do its job? Very beautiful, using the teal colors on that white mantle. Oh. Oh, it got deleted. You shouldn't be able to delete units inside hollow range. That's very annoying. Sorov should get rewarded. I mean, yes, he killed a Man-at-Arms, but he should have got rewarded. He should have, like, getting that conversion. That's a cool reward, you know? Sorov pushing through with 30 more military units. And they are all HP buffed because of the Lords of Lancasters. Are those guards with plus 33 HP? That's insane. Monastery goes down. Mokomi no access to relics. Sorov could steal the relic here. And he's already grabbed the third relic. Mokomi grabbed the second, he's not bringing it back home. Mokomi comes back to challenge Sorov. He doesn't have vision, he sees another army, he pulls back. Synchronized shot now being researched. The advantage of Sorov keeps skyrocketing and is now 35 military units ahead. That's insane. And he can't muster the nobles and whatever because he doesn't have Lancaster Castle. He's just pure economy power from those manors. And of course, being 20 villagers ahead also helps immensely. Destroyed value very similar though, but army value 3k more for Sorov. Sacred sites though for Mokomi, I don't think they really help. And he can secure this one, so no more pilgrim income. Okay, 116. Now it was more. Wait, but 116 is not 30% more than 112. So I don't know what's going on there with those calculations. Remember one thing, guys, that Knights Templars, they have no landmarks, only the town center. When you build a fortress, it becomes a landmark, but Mokomi has no fortress, so Sorov just needs to kill the TC and he wins. Is that easy? Too easy. Let's see if it does that. He goes for the second TC first. The whole army of Mokomi was chasing one unit of Sorov. Now Mokomi needs to rush ASAP back to the base to defend. He's here. 24 Man-at-Arms. There you go. Synchronized shot. So much damage. Because it was from 40 to Yeoman. The Man-at-Arms can't hold it. The Lancaster Lord still alive, giving all that HP boost. It's unbelievable. Some Templar brothers arrive. But it's not enough. Mokomi cannot handle it. I think he will lose the second game here. leaving sort of in a match point situation to advance to the quarterfinals of the Silver League. Yeah, clean fight for sort of. Well done, well done. Mokomi losing all the units. GG, guys. Remember to use the links down below. Wait, Mangonel! Put the units to protect Mangonel, and Mangonel goes down. Use the links down below on Twitch. If you're watching there, use the commands, and I see you on game number 3, match point for Sorov. Okay, guys, I'll go to the bathroom real quick once again. I'll be right back. Hi everyone, I'm back. I went to the bathroom and got really hungry and went to the kitchen to grab a snack. Welcome to the bathroom, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It's all clean. It's all enjoyable. Don't worry. I clean it every day. Let's go. Game number 3. Potential. Last game of the set. Maybe yes, maybe no. Beautiful birdies in the game. Hi everybody, welcome very much to game number 3 out of a best of 5. This is the SilverLeague elimination stage, round of 8. In the color teal, it's Mokomi playing as the Vasi Dynasty. And in the color red, as the Japanese, it's sort of, and he's leading the series 2-0. So he's on match point, 1 win grants him the passage to the quarterfinals. We have Japanese versus Vasi on Lipane, which is a very good map for both Civs, a bit better for a Basi though, because they have generally a better economy, cheaper villagers. They already have a bonus for gathering the berries, all Japan has to pay in Tawara. But then Japan also gets an extra movement speed buff with that same berry bonus, so it kinda balances itself. But then Mokomi also on the boss with 15% more gathering rate, so using those berries, using the resources that Lipani makes it available, it's very, very good for the Basid. Also kinda defendable base. Easy to close here, easy to close there, easy to close here, and then here. Nice defendable base. Sort of no Dark Age Barrack opening. Maybe we'll go Shinobi instead of Kura Storehouse. That would be epic. Military Wing is the choice for Mokomi, so that will spawn 2 Spearmen and 2 Archers to go raid. And the rest sort of, and maybe he goes for a second town center behind this Mokomi. Or a Basil player for today. Sort of is on stone, but only 1. Is that for an upgrade on the tower maybe? Maybe for upgrade on the blacksmith? Special Japanese upgrades do take stone to be trained. To be produced, I mean, Kora Storehouse coming in against the wood line, as the rules say it should be. Good amount of sheep for Sorov over there, because he started on the berries. So he could spend more time scouting. Same for Mokomi, but I guess he found less sheep. Okay. Oh, there you go. They're right here. 5 sheep coming through, and he found like a bit more afterwards. Maybe only found those 5. No, he only got... No, I think he found a bit more, but not too much. Fresh foodstuffs immediately coming in for Mokomi, making the villagers cheaper. Sort of also on the feudal age. Yeah, not more stone. Was it for... Yeah, for the Daimyo Manor upgrade. Indeed. Here we go. Now he has access to Bannerman. Oh, he's gonna do Yumi Rush with the Yumi Bannerman as well. That's a good play. We have Spearman. Oh no, maybe it's not just to defend from the military wing units of Mokomi. Golden Age Tier 1 activated for Mokomi. Plus 15. Gather rate for all resources. 15%. For all resources, y'all. All of them. All of them. Mokumi bringing horsemen now to the battlefield, burning down that forge, but sort of as another forge, and Mokumi now knows about it. It's gonna be horseman, archer, or just the Uma bannerman and the archer, because the Uma can tank the archers very nicely, and then the Yumis kill the spearmen. Mokumi second town center, he's working on it, horseman defending. Forge goes down, Yumi's shooting the archers of Mokumi. Pushing backwards. Mokumi with a stable, and that's it. So he cannot make more archers if he loses those two. Second TC being dropped on the deer and on the wood line. But the Uma bannerman arrives. There is no defense for Mokumi here. On his town center. The Uma goes in, gets the first villager. Oof! Go, get it! Byoink. Can now get more villagers down there. 1, 2, 3. No! The scout kinda intercepts the path of the Uma bannerman. They must now go look for more villagers. The C goes up, one villager died. It's a loss, but it's not very important. Now Mokumi on second TC, but more units arriving. More Yumis. More stone as well from Sorov. It could be a second TC on himself or just the Daimyo Palace upgrade, who is now Daimyo Manor. Takezaki being Reach Surge, so more berry guarding rate and also more movement speed and carry capacity on those villagers. Actually, I forgot to mention that earlier when we talked about the Tawara. It also gives a bit more extra capacity. Sort of just raiding around with the archers. I think he wants to go castle now. If he goes mounted samurai, he already has some archers, and then he can take care of the enemy spearmen, and he's going to have a huge advantage. More archer ranges for Mokumi. Second TC working nicely. Mokumi is actually behind. Okay, they have the same villager lead. Villager count, I mean. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the video. Sorov coming in. Now bringing his own spearman. So maybe he actually wants to commit to feudal age instead of going castle. Mokumi maybe is the one thing about castle age. A good amount of food in the bank, a good amount of gold too. Oh, I think that's a second TC coming in from Sorov. He's not building it. He's focused on the fight. It's a lot of idle time. There you go. It's a second TC. Not an upgrade on the Daimyo Manor. So he wants to keep up with the economy of Mokumi. Mokumi right now is only one villager ahead. But then they have a lot of bonuses as Abbasid villagers. Just saving on the food, for an example, with fresh foodstuffs, it's extremely valuable. Because Sorov is now second TC. He's paying 100 food every 20 seconds. But Mokumi is paying only 64 food every 20 seconds. Sort of not really being able to push. More food for Sorov though. Way more wood for Mokumi. Is he going farms? No, right? Maybe he goes to 3 TC. I think if he sees the second TC of Sorov, maybe Mokumi goes 3 TCs. Because now, for example, they are on the same villager count, kinda. But Mokumi is still with 15% more gathering rate and cheaper villagers, so he's still ahead when it comes to profit. Actually, he's now 2 behind. What's going on there? He missed some villagers. Bootcamp coming in, +1 range attack coming in for Mokumi. But he only has 9 archers, and here only 7. Maybe an upgrade towards the horsemen, which are now the biggest part of his army, will be a bit more suitable. Oh, it's the edge up for Sorov, floating gate. Wow. That is going to be good. Archery range, barracks, and barracks. That's a strong commitment of Mokomi. Also, he's investing a lot of gold. Also, not generating a lot per minute. So Mokomi doesn't want to go castle. He might be caught off guard here. He's trying to trade with the horseman. Sort of with the scout, he's aware of it. And he lost the scout in the 2 games before this one, sort of, and I thought he would lose the 3rd one right here, right now, but he didn't. Mokomi is even upgrading his spearman, so he really wants to play feudal here. But sort of has another plan. He built the landmark in the back. Now Mokomi knows, but he didn't knew. Oh, he's going castle too. He got a lot of gold very quickly. That 15% gathering rate does not play. Horseman raid gets intercepted by the spearman. That's actually really good. But sort of is 6 villagers ahead. I think Mokomi really missed some production on the villagers. He's on 2nd TC too. Yeah, the TC is not producing. For an example. That one is producing. But this one is not. Is he not using his 2nd TC? He's not. Almost 10 views. I think he's not using his 2nd TC. He's almost 10 views behind now. Maybe he has some hotkey issues. Yeah, maybe he can't because of food, right? That could be a good explanation. Explanation, not explication. Explanation. Okay, bro, almost 20. No, it's now a 12 villager lead. Sorov is doing really well. 1,000 food per minute versus the 600 of Mokomi. Mokomi with a bit more wood and more gold actually per minute as well. He's guarding some relics. Sorov is already bringing one back home. First Yarishiro wasn't too stable. Second Yarishiro into town center. So Sorov is now with a Song Dynasty himself in one of the town centers, producing a villager every 15 seconds. And Mokomi is still not using this TC. We are on his vision. Is this a visual bug? He's now 14 views behind. I think he's just not producing from the 2nd town center. That's so odd. What is going on? Mokomi on the defensive. Sorov pushing through. Two Shinto priests, so one can heal the other if the one carrying the relic is being attacked, and then the Ololo just comes through. But Gulam's also coming in now for Mokomi. So now for the Japanese upgrading the samurai to veteran, getting +2 ranged and +2 defense and attack for the ranged unit. Also could go up to +3 attack melee in the Castle Age. One of the advantages of the Japanese. What is it? Now 24 villager lead. This is insane. Mokomi still not. Maybe he can't. If the villagers can't come out because of the walls. I don't know. Just not using his 2nd town center. Maybe he was having some pin issues. I don't know. Because of the Yorishiro in there. Sort of villager lead is going crazy. Archers from Sorov with +2 range as well. With less HP and they attack slower as well. Veteran archer with +2 attack and one +12 HP, I mean. And with 1.25 attack speed. versus 1.62 of the Yumi. Actually, great fight here from Mokomi, pushing through the units of Sorov. His archers are way much better than the archers of Sorov himself. But Samurai are arriving, no crossbows to stop them, but it's too many units. The archers actually getting kind of low now. Odachi coming through for the Samurai to do more damage versus infantry. And sort of now on the defense. Mokomi losing all of his front line over here. Samurai now doing great damage because of the Odachi upgrade. They're now doing 20 damage versus infantry. And the Gulams only have 4 melee armor, so they're taking 16 damage right there. Sort of pushing through and pushing hard. Mokomi struggling to keep up. It's because of the front line. I don't think the archers now can deal with the Samurai. 34 to 19 military count. Also 32 villager lead. What is going on? Maybe Mokomi thinks he's using the second TC by clicking a hotkey or something, because there's a lot of villagers in this TC. So I think he thinks he's selecting the 2 town centers, but he's not. You know, he's really behind, almost 40 villagers behind. 2k food per minute for Sorov versus 1.3 for Mokomi. 900 wood for Sorov, 500 for Mokomi, 900 gold for Sorov, 5 relics as well, 1 sacred site, potentially Yorishiros into the houses to give food instead of the gold. Actually, good play to keep the pressure going. Because sometimes Japan struggles with food because they're making mounted samurai and normal samurai. But now, Daimyo Palace buffing the gathering rate of those farms by 40%. But remember, the Japanese don't have the previous plus 10 and plus 10% upgrades. They don't have horticulture and fertilization. 37 villager lead for Sorov. Mokomi using archers and gulams. Now making some crossbows, he actually needs that. That's an insane fight right here. Bro, Mass, Yumi and Samurai doing some good damage. The Camel Riders trying to hold alongside with the Lancers, but it's too many units for Sorov. Mokomi struggling to keep his units alive, running away with archers, but he gets depleted of solutions for his front line. He's now being pushed by Sorov. That's a lot of infantry coming in. And it will not stop. Sorov has great economy. Look at the mini-map, just a bunch of units coming in. Sorov with double the military count of Mokomi. Also 1,000 more food per minute than Mokomi. And 800 more gold per minute. They have the same wood income, but Sorov is everywhere. And he has more units, more villagers. Bro, almost a 50... No, it's a 60 villager lead. Insane. Mokomi really didn't use his second town center. Maybe it was bugged. I think if it was bugged, he would ask for a remake. Triple sacred site as well for Sorov. 5 relics. GG gets called. Sorov goes through. He claims 3 victories in a row versus Mokomi, which he also played really well. But Sorov will be participating in the quarterfinals. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Okay, everybody, on Twitch and on YouTube, our live ends here. Perhaps I'll be live today, later on playing Pokemon Sun and Moon Nuzlocke, but I have to see, I have some plans right now that I have to do, that I want to do. So thank you for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, and a whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility as well. believe in yourself and in all possibilities, and you'll be all right. And I see you next time. Tomorrow we'll be casting. Tomorrow, yeah, I think it's a quarterfinal, so we'll be casting as well. See you then. See you soon.